Well, Adrian, yes, and there are mounting concerns. Certainly the numbers have been encouraging, but Premier Doug Ford is still warning everyone not to take their eyes off the ball. It hopefully means, though, a better outcome for Ontario students when they go back to school, because if the virus isn't out of control like we see in the U.S., in theory, it has less chance of spreading in our schools. And the numbers out of the U.S. are extremely concerning for any parent. More than 97,000 children tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 2 weeks of July alone. I asked the Premier about that today.
I'm wondering if that is giving you any pause in the what seems to be the government's refusal to put caps on class sizes in the elementary grades.
Yeah, well, we're doing everything we can. I always say, Cynthia, we have the best plan in Canada.
The Premier has, in fact, repeatedly said Ontario has the best back-to-school plan in the country, which includes mandatory masks for grades 4 to 12, extra cleaning, and cohorts of 15 in most high schools. But the plan does not follow the advice in the Sick Kids report, which states smaller class sizes should be a priority strategy to ensure proper distancing in the younger grades.
And I'm not saying, there won't be bumps in the road when you put 2 million kids back in the classroom.
This petition shows parents growing unease. More than 200,000 and counting have signed it, calling on the government to create smaller class sizes. In grades 4 to 8, there are no caps, and some classes can be as high as 30. For the first time today, the Premier suggested if school boards need more money to hire more teachers, it could be made available.
We're putting $30 million into a fund that they can hire more teachers. And if they need more than 30 million, we'll put more than 30 million in. We have to be flexible with the school boards. If they have a great idea, go for it. If you got a great idea, if you want to put a tent up outside, I think it's great. Just think outside the box, help out, do whatever you can.
Data has suggested younger children aren't as susceptible to COVID, but that doesn't mean they are immune. Across Canada, 9,555 of the 120,000 cases are under the age of 19, or 8%. 134 have been hospitalized. In Ontario, 2,421 of the province's 40,000 cases are under the age of 19, or 6%. Experts believe the mental health toll has to be balanced against the risk. The WHO weighed in with this advice.
We all want to see schools safely reopened, but we also need to ensure that students, staff, and faculty are safe. My message is crystal clear. Suppress, suppress, suppress the virus.
A group of education experts, including Annie Kidder from People for Education, is calling for a gentle return to school, which includes phasing it in grade by grade. They point out Denmark was one of the first countries to reopen schools and has been successful. And they started with students in kindergarten to grade 5 going in phases first, then older students returned just over a month later. Just today, BC announced it was going to phase in the start of the year with teachers returning first.